Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from any part of the world that you are in listening to this. This is the Six Ships 4.0, and I'm super excited that this is the last session for this edition. Yes, for this edition. And this edition for today, we will be discussing partnership. We will be discussing partnership, and we have a guest speaker, Barrister Dele Taiwo, who will be going, he will be diving into what partnership is and what you should do while going into partnership for your business, for anything. Yes, and I'm so excited that today is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I promise you, you will love this session. You will surely enjoy it. So while we wait for our guest speaker, I want to see your comment section. And in the comment section, I want to see where you are viewing from. Yes, let's know where you are viewing from. Let's know where you are viewing from. And I am the host. I am Oluwadunsin Omotayo, the convener of the Six Ships Seminar. I'm glad to tell you that this is the fourth edition. We've had three editions in the past. Yes, where we've discussed amazing things. So I want to let you know that the Six Ships continues. It continues. This is the fourth edition. It continues. It's not stopping. So this is the edition for this year. It's the edition for this year where we bring phenomenal people together to lecture, to teach you. Tonight is going to be amazing. If you are viewing this, don't be selfish. Make sure you call someone. Make sure you share it with somebody. Make sure you share it with somebody. So while we wait for our guest speaker for tonight, I'm still waiting for our comments in the comment section. Let's know your name. Let's know where you're being from. Let's know how you've anticipated. What are your expectations for today's session? Yes, let's do that quickly, please. Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Wow, we have a guest speaker here already. I can't wait. I've anticipated this session because, I've always wanted to go into partnership, but at the stage, I got scared. Yes, I got scared. So I'm so excited. We are having our guest speaker this evening to tell us more about this. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, Daddy.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome,
Good
sir.
evening.
Good evening,
It's
sir.
my it's my pleasure to be here.
We are happy to have you here, sir. All right, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm
Good
so
evening.
happy to be here this evening. Although from my end, the weather seems not to be too good because rain just stopped. And so,
Wow.
so I'm going to be as fast as I can go because we can't predict anything. All right. So once again, I want to thank my sister, the visionary of something like this. This is commendable, and I want to salute her courage and then for what God is doing through her for the to our society. And then I want to salute all our team too. I know she's not doing this all alone, so there may be one or two people in making this a reality. So I salute all of you. So all right, so let's get to business. Um, Tonight we are talking on partnership. We are talking on partnership, and I believe the foundation of all this, looking at the six ships or the six sheep. Yes, I think the foundation came from the story of Jonah, sorry, the story of Jonah, where Jonah was sent by God to Nineveh and he saw a ship going to Tarshish and he boarded it and there was crisis along the way. That can be found in Jonah chapter 1, verse 1 through 17. But shall we pray? Father, we want to say thank you for a time like this. Thank you for everyone who have handled one session or the other before me. Lord, I ask that this session will be a blessing to your people and that my eyes also shall be opened. In Jesus' name we pray. All right. Sorry if I'm turning into a I'm standing here in dual capacity. I'm a legal practitioner and I'm also a pastor. And so that cannot be taken away from me. Yes, I'm not just a legal practitioner. And as a matter of fact, I was first a pastor before I became a legal practitioner. So I can't separate my profession from my calling. All right, so going back to the story, so we are talking about partnership. And so partnership is one form of business ownership. It's one form of business ownership. And when we talk of business ownership, we talk of the control that somebody has over an enterprise that gave him the power to dictate the operation and the function of that business.
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. That should be the network issue. Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Please, if you are streaming live, if you are listening, can you please let me know if you can hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Anybody? Can you hear me? I'm still waiting for someone to tell me that they can hear me. Wow. Please let me know if you can hear me in the comment section. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. I am sure you have your writing materials with you. I'm sure you have your writing materials with you. Please, if you don't, make sure you have one. Your pen and your jotter should be with you. All right. Okay. Thank you. I can see Adeyanju Daramola said he can hear me. All right. I'm so sorry for this technical issue. Okay, is here.
Rain just stopped, so it's actually
Wow. Please be patient, and if you can hear me, if you are still here, please, can you please go to the group, to the general group, and tell everybody that we are live. Let them know we are here. Let them know we are here. Okay. If you are still here, I want you to be an interactive session before we have a guest speaker back on stage. I think it's the technical issue at his own side. So let's know in your own language, what do you mean by partnership?
a form of business ownership that involve two or more people, and the people involved could be natural persons or could be artificial persons. The natural persons, I mean human beings. And why in law, when we talk of artificial persons, we talk of um, incorporated organizations. Like, for example, once a business is registered, it assumes the status of a human being. Yeah, so partnership is just like two people coming together as business partners and then coming together to agree to operate and to advance their mutual interest. So that is what we mean by partnership. So two or more people coming together, and we call them business partners, and then just to advance, they pool resources together just to have advance mutual interest. There must be an agreement, there must be meeting of minds, there must be an interest that both of them want to mutually pursue. So that is partnership. So, and like I said, it can be a form of the parties involved could be natural persons, that is human beings. It could even be businesses. Two separate businesses can operate as partners. By this I mean a business that is into manufacturing can enter into a partnership with a distribution company or business again. So while one is producing, the other one is into distribution. So, and it can even involve government. Government can partner, government can go into partnership. So it's just like when people join forces together, or they put resources together for greater and better output, productivity and result. Yes, and it has its foundation in the Bible. When you read Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9, Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9, the Bible even says, he said, two are better than one. He said, for they have a good reward for their labor. And the Bible even went as far as saying, woe unto him that is alone. So when people come together, when they partner with each other, they get better result, better output, and then better productivity. So what a man may not be able to do, by the time he joins forces with another person, then he may be able to achieve that. And then partnership started in Europe. It dates back to the 13th century. Yes, it started, and that actually transformed the business or the economy. It brought about commercial revolution in the 13th century in Europe. But one thing is important: before partners, before they start their operation, there is need for partnership agreement. So it is in that partnership agreement that they spell out certain terms. Yes, they spell out certain terms, like the level of their give and take. How much am I going to invest into this? And then what is going to be my return on investment? Okay, so then and it's also talk about their area of responsibility. What are you going to, what role are you going to play in this business? Are you going to be among the managers, or you are just pumping money into the business while you are not participating in the running of the business? And then if you are just running it, you are just investing, then is there any advantage that I that is running it, or that is managing the business, is there any financial benefit or advantage that I'm going to have over and above you, who is just sitting down in the comfort of your home? All you are doing is just to invest money, while I'm the one running around and ensuring that the business concern is growing. Okay, so and then the partnership agreement will spell out their level of authority, and it will spell out how the partnership will come to an end, whether it's going to terminate at so time, or is going to continue irrespective of whatever happen. So all those must be spelled out before the partnership business commences. Now, there are also the three types of partnership. There are also three types of partnership. We have the general partnership, we have the limited partnership, and then we have the limited liability partnership. And that has been provided for under the Company and Allied Matters Act 2020. Company and Allied Matters Act. So that is the act, the law that regulate businesses and corporation in Nigeria. We call it karma. We call it karma. So these three type of partnership has been specified and recognized by karma. Now let's take them one after the other. I'm going to reserve the general partnership because that is the one that is most common. So I'm going to reserve that to the last. So let's start with limited liability partnership. This one is a type of partnership that is formed and incorporated as a separate legal entity from the parties. And so this one is a combination of partnership and limited liability company. So it is a kind of fusion, between partnership and limited liability company. And this one, the advantage is that the partnership can sue and be sued in its own name without the partners being directly involved in the legal actions. So even with the name of the partnership, it can sue and be sued by its own name. And then it can acquire or own property even in its own name without the name or necessarily including the name of the partner. And then the liability of the partners in this type of a partnership is only restricted to the amount that they invested. Like for example, if the partnership runs into debt or into bad weather, and or possibly the partnership runs into debt, let me use that word, the only thing that will be affected is the money that the partners have invested into the partnership. They cannot go after their personal properties or asset. Yes. So only uh, the partnership business will be responsible for any loss or for any change of good to bad weather that the partnership business may encounter. So that is with respect to limited liability partnership. Now the second one is limited partnership. Limited partnership. This type of partnership um cannot have more than 20 partners. That is the by the name limited partnership. It cannot have more than 20 partners. Like this one usually is operated by legal practitioners, accountants and the likes. You see some what do you call it now, accounting firm. Some accounting firm dey operate this kind of limited partnership. Some law firm dey operate this type of partnership. And what this connote is that in such firm, all of them are partners. They put resources together to establish such firm. And so everybody is a partner, but it may now be in by rank. Some may be senior partners, associate partner and the likes, but all of them, they are partners in such kind of firm. And a corporate entity can be a partner in this type of partnership. Yes, can be. And then there's always a general partner who is in charge of the day-to-day operation of the partnership. So other partners may just be contributing capital, and by that they get return on their investment in form of profit for their investment in such kind of partnership. Yes. So that is about limited partnership. Now let's go to the general partnership, which is most common. Here two or more people will agree together to share the asset, the profit, the financial and legal liabilities of the partnership or the business. So here, under general partnership, the partners can be sued directly. The partners can be sued directly, unlike the limited liability partnership, which is run like a company and has separate legal entity. Under general partnership, there is no separate legal entity being enjoyed by the partners. And so under this general partnership, the partners can be sued directly. They can all participate in the management of the partnership. They can all participate. Then partners, they are responsible for each other's conduct. In this type, the conduct of one may affect the other partners. So the conduct of one may affect the other partner. So they are responsible for each other's partner. And then the personal asset of partners are not protected. If the partnership run into bad weather or run into debt, they can attach the property of the partners under general partnership to pay off the debt of the partnership, unlike what is obtainable under limited liability partnership, where the debt of the partnership can only be settled by the asset of the partnership. But under this general partnership, they can, after using the asset of the partnership to offset the debt, and they discover that it is not enough to offset that debt, they can still go after the personal properties and assets of the partners to settle the debt of the partnership. And then the continuity of the partnership can be determined by the death or withdrawal of one partner. So if one partner dies under general partnership, that may terminate or put an end to the lifespan of general partnership. In other words, the succession or the continuity of general partnership is 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 at risk. One partner may die, and that may bring an end to such kind of business. Or if one withdraws, that may also bring an end to the partnership. Now, you may now ask, what risk do I stand to have for before going into partnership? Number one, don't go into partnership with anybody that is of questionable character, that has issue with integrity or trust. Then number two, don't be involved in illegal business. Don't partner with anybody who is running an illegal business. And then number three, before you partner with somebody, make sure you also have at least an idea of what the business concern is. Yes, at least have an idea. Don't invest your money into something that you know nothing about. And so these are some of the factors that you will consider. Now you may now look at it, that what type of partnership then do I go into? There are factors to be considered in your choice of preferred partnership, whether you want to go into general partnership or limited partnership or limited liability partnership. Your choice is going to be determined by certain factors. And one of those factors is that, what is the purpose I want to achieve in going into this partnership? So the purpose will determine, is one of the determining factors to know the type of partnership you should go into. And then you also consider the relationship that exists between the proposed or will be partners people that I want to partner with, what type of relationship exists between us before you even go into that form of partnership. And then you must also know the extent that you are ready to bear personal liability for the business. If, for example, you are entering into general partnership, you should know that your personal assets and properties are not secured, they are not protected should the partnership runs into bad weather or runs into debt. So are you ready to risk your personal properties for the partnership you are going to, or you want a kind of partnership where even if anything happens to the partnership business, that your properties, your asset, personal asset will still be protected and secured. So these are some of the things that one we have to consider before running into any form of partnership. So this is just my own contribution and then my talk tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, for questions, I don't know if
O-
anybody has a question, but I wanted to ask a
Okay.
question about the risk.
Okay.
I said for the risk, they will be responsible for each other's conduct.
Yes.
So, sir, what kind of conduct will
Okay.
anyone go into partnership? What kind of conduct will they be responsible for, sir?
Okay. Like for example, if like that's usually under general partnership. Like for example, if any of them is dishonest or runs the business anyhow, it will definitely affect the other's investment. Like for example, we have seen instances where one of the partners spend lavishly and or spend extravagantly, and that may affect their finance or the running of the business. So that is what I mean, that the partners are responsible for each other's conduct. In other words, the conduct of one person may affect the others. You will have seen some business folding up, or yes, getting close down. Why? Because one of them does not know how to spend or manage money, whereas why one is trying to ensure that the business grows, another one is trying to live large. Yes, trying to live large on the business. And so where this happen, it will affect the one who is trying to grow the business. So, and that is why they must be of one mind and of one interest if they want to grow the business. So that is what I mean by the conduct of one may affect the other. Yes. So the conduct of one, if one is trying to build it and while the other one is trying to spend, because some people, they don't know how to spend money, they don't know how to manage resources, they want to live like I have arrived, whereas the business has not grown to that level. And so when one is trying, especially the one that is directly involved in the administration or day-to-day running management of the business, is trying to live large on the finance of the partnership, it will definitely affect the finance and it may affect other partners who are trying to grow the partnership. So that's what I mean. I believe I've answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that, sir.
All right.
Also got a question from someone.
Okay.
So the person said, if you are okay, for those that are married,
Okay.
that and they want to go into partnership, they want to have a business together with their spouse.
Okay.
You mentioned something the other time that it will affect their that they are responsible for each other conduct because
Yes.
one is unable to manage.
Yes.
So in that case, what should the person do? Because the person has the fear of, because of what happened. I think they
Okay.
went into the business and the business was ruined. So now the
Okay.
person is afraid of going into partnership with any other person. So
Okay.
in that case, how should the person manage the fear and what
Oh,
step should the person take?
okay. Now, business is a risk all over the world. But one of the things that people who go into business, one of the things they do is that they try to minimize the risk. There's no business that you go into that is not a risk, but you look at the possibility of minimizing the risk. Like, for example, you are investing your money into a business. It's risky. It's risky. And if you don't take that risk, you may not make an headway. So it is risky putting your investment into a business. That's a risk. Yes, but the fact remains that there are some risks that are more or less minimized than each other. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are investing into your business, into a business or into a partnership, that is why I said something. I said you look at one of the things you consider, this person that I want to form partnership with, does he or she have integrity? Yes. Does he or she have integrity? Then does this person has vision to grow this kind of business? Can he or she endure until this business stabilizes before he or she start living large? So these are some of the factors, because businesses that are just taking off, the investors or the partners may need to take time before they started living large, unlike somebody who has built his own business over the years. Like, for example, now somebody who is just starting a business now and they want to live large, like Dangote. You know, Dangote has built his business over time, and so if he is living large now, the business may not even be affected. But unlike somebody who is just starting business, you are just starting a business and you want to start living large from the very start of that business, you will realize that that business may not see the light of the day or may eventually close down. And so, does this person have that endurance or enduring spirit? Yes. Or is it somebody that if we make profit today, he wants us to spend the whole profit without reinvesting at least part of the profit, reinvesting it back into the business? Or is somebody that make 1,000, somebody that makes 1,000 profit today and then want to spend the whole 1,000 naira to buy clothes, to buy shoe, because he or she has made a profit of 1,000 without having to know that, okay, out of this 1,000 naira, let's reinvest, even if it is 300 naira, back into the business, while we share the profit of 700 naira. So, and that is why before you go into business partnership, you must know the type of person you are going to partnership with. Even companies, when companies want to go into partnership with some other companies, they do a kind of survey. Yes, they go into the company history to know how that business has thrived. So they study, they kind of do underground survey about the company, either by googling it or by going for going through other method of acquiring information about the company, whether it is worth partnering with or doing business with. So these are some of the things somebody who is going to partnership also must consider. You must do a survey, you must study the person you are entering into partnership with. And so, but like I said, there's no business that does not have its risk. If, for example, now you want to go into partnership with your wife, and so these are part of the things too that the partnership agreement will entail. Okay, if we make if we make so profit on this business, this is a percentage we will invest back into the business. That can also be spelled out in your partnership agreement, which will be made known and open to the partners. Okay, if we make 100% profit, we are reinvesting 20% into the partnership business, and then while 80% will be our profit that we are going to share. So all this will form part of the partnership agreement, and you will have agreed on all that before entering into the partnership. So just know the person you are entering into partnership with. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So I've learned a
Thank
lot tonight. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming around, sir. Really
thank you.
appreciate. We celebrate you, sir.
My, yeah, it's
Thank
my
you so much.
pleasure. All
All
right.
right.
So once again, I appreciate you for the opportunity. God bless you.
Amen, sir. Mm. All right. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for joining. This is the end of the fourth edition of the Six Ships. Yeah, and I'm so glad. I know you have learned for the past few days, you have learned a lot because this edition is value filled as other edition, but this edition is so special. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for sharing, because I know that as you watch this, as you've watched, or as you're watching, you will surely share it with others, with your friends, with everyone around you. All right. Till next time, when we'll be having the next edition, do well to stay healthy. All right. Bye.